NASCAR are in absolute chaos at this moment, as a shocking series of events on the final lap has overshadowed Blaney's dramatic NASCAR Cup win at Martinsville. While Ryan Blaney advanced to the final, mayhem erupted behind him in the fight for the fourth and final transfer berth, causing disqualifications but also backlash throughout. And well, maybe even more penalties or disqualifications to come during the week. The fourth final driver, Byron, might not be in it after all. Yet another controversy to end the season with. What will NASCAR do? William Byron was followed by two other Chevrolets, Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain. Radio contact from Dillon's number 3 mentioned knowing the deal, and then someone inquired, does the one Chastain crew chief know the deal? Neither driver ever overtook the number 24, who was 1 point ahead of Christopher Bell. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace radioed that his tire was going flat and slowed down around the track. In the final turn, fellow Toyota driver Bell came in and overtook him. But Bell too approached the corner too quickly and skidded up the track. After hitting the wall, Bell kept his foot on the gas and rode it to the checkered flag in a slower accidental version of what Chastain did at Martinsville 2 years ago, which is now forbidden. Bell and Byron were deadlocked, and Bell won the tiebreaker, but there were no celebrations. NASCAR spent a significant amount of time examining the finish before declaring that Bell would not make the championship for the third consecutive year. He was kicked out for a safety violation, namely, the wall ride. Bell was relegated from 18th to 22nd in the finishing order and placed at the end of his lap. However, the Byron camp's feelings were muted as they remained expressionless when questioned by NBC. "I'm not happy for anything," admitted the 2024 Daytona 500 champion, "but the rule is what it is for the crossover gate over there and riding the wall. It is what it is. Just proud of my team. A really hard-fought day overall, so proud of that." Bell felt dejected. "I don't know what to say. I don't know. I understand the rule was made to prevent people from riding the wall, but my move was completely different from what Ross's was. I got loose getting into the corner and slid right into the fence. I don't know what to say." So, there was controversy from numerous perspectives during Sunday's finish at Martinsville, when 2 championship 4 positions were on the line. Much of it focused on Christopher Bell, but also on William Byron. Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon looked to make some blocking attempts, preventing Byron from slipping farther and giving up points. "I mean, that was disappointing," Christopher Bell told NBC Sports' Dustin Long. "That was disappointing to see them blocking like that and manipulating the race. I don't know." Radio contacts between the workers and their drivers provided some evidence for the theory that there was purposeful blockage. That's something NASCAR may have to sort through in the coming days. In any event, Christopher Bell was removed from the playoff rankings due to how he ended the race. That was not without debate too, as Bell made a very simple pass on Bubba Wallace. Wallace stated after the race that he felt a tire go down, which accounted for his fast slowdown. But Christopher Bell floored it into the finish at Martinsville, striking the outside wall hard while appearing to stay on the throttle. He described from his vantage point following the race. "My options are to slide into the wall or spin out, and I can't spin out, so I slid into the wall," Bell said. And even though NASCAR's case on Bell is quite clear, Byron might have something to fear as well. It's clear NASCAR is facing multiple problems following the disputed Martinsville finish, which compelled race management to decide who would advance to Championship 4. Elton Sawyer, NASCAR's senior vice president of competition, attended the Martinsville Media Center to clarify the decision to remove Christopher Bell from the Championship 4. Bell seemed to ride the wall, which was forbidden after Ross Chastain's daring wall riding into Championship 4 during the 2022 season. Bell barely wound up in the wall partway through the corner after sliding up the track and gained no places as a result. But that was enough for NASCAR to declare foul. As a consequence, William Byron earned the final slot in the Championship 4, with Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, and Joey Logano. NASCAR examined the data and footage before determining that Bell's wall ride violated the regulations. Deliberations took around 27 minutes. While making this decision, NASCAR ignored the suspicious radio contact between William Byron's Chevrolet teammates Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain, as well as the quickly slowing Toyota of Bubba Wallace, who supposedly had a tire issue. Sawyer disclosed that NASCAR has not evaluated any of the radio transmissions and will do so early next week. "If you look at the other situations that were going, 23 Wallace, the cars behind the 24, really no bearing at this time," Sawyer remarked. "We'll look at those at a later time. When you really just dissect exactly what happened, look at the situation with the 20 getting up against the fence, then riding the fence, which we clearly stated in our statement after Ross did that would not be accepted. He did not commit to saying that more penalties could be possible, only adding, "We'll look at it." NASCAR will also not enable Joe Gibbs Racing to contest the decision. It is irrevocable and cannot be challenged, as other fines are. "It's a race violation," Sawyer stated. "Race violation, you don't protest them. It's not appealable, I should say. No different than an uncontrolled tire or too many men over the wall or anything like that." When questioned if there would have been more quick investigation of Wallace's or the Chevy driver's actions, Sawyer avoided discussing hypothetical scenarios. "The hypotheticals is really difficult. I don't want to be making statements of things, ifs, ands, and buts. I don't want to do that. Like I said, the main focus for us in the tower, when the situation happened, was focusing on the 20-bell car. Let's figure out where are we at there. To me and our team, there was focus more on that than the other stuff. The other stuff was there, don't get me wrong. The 20 rose to the level that we got to figure this one out pretty quick. But they'll for sure look at what happened with the Chevys, as it was obvious what was going on there." Radio conversation with Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon's crews during the Martinsville race appeared to reveal their strategy during the last disputed lap, which included a duel between William Byron and Christopher Bell. Dillon's team discussed knowing the deal, and someone inquired, "Does the one Chastain crew chief know the deal?" Chastain's team discussed Byron's position on the final lap of the race. NASCAR on TSN broadcast the radio transmission, commenting that it is eerily similar to Richmond in 2013, which saw so much controversy. The Richmond race in 2013 included 3 teams, Michael Waltrip Racing, Penske Racing, and Front Row Motorsports, involved in 2 distinct but connected accidents. Clint Bowyer was involved in the first one, which caused a yellow with less than 2 laps remaining in the last race of the regular season. Brian Vickers pitted following a restart, allowing Martin Truex Jr. to go to the playoffs as a wildcard over Ryan Newman. The second incident featured Joey Logano, who secured a playoff spot over Jeff Gordon by overtaking front row's David Gilliland. Chastain, Dillon, and Byron are Chevrolet teammates. Therefore, it stands to reason that Chastain and Dillon would assist Byron qualify for the Championship 4. But based on what NASCAR's Senior Vice President of Competition Elton Sawyer informed reporters regarding Dillon and Chastain's involvement in the final lap at Martinsville, it appears like their teams will not be penalized. Byron won the overall race when NASCAR punished Bell for his wall-riding incident on the last lap. It would be fitting for Byron to win the championship considering he won the Daytona 500 to kick off the 2024 season. What do you think? Will Byron still be eligible to race this upcoming weekend? Or will they penalize him later this week? If not, can he win it all? Or will one of the others take the crown upcoming Sunday?